there's nothing I'd rather do than go to work in the morning, because my work is totally my play. I've been a craniosacral therapist and a few other things having to do with health, but that's the main line since 1995. And what that means is, if you can imagine a massage table here, and I'll sit at the head of the table and the person will be lying here on the table, and I will hold their head very gently in my hands, and I will feel the circulation of the cerebral spinal fluid around the brain and down through the spinal cord. And I'll feel for restrictions, and I'm feeling for the vibration of the person and where it's resisting or stopped or somehow interfered with. And it can be interfered with either through physical trauma, like a car accident or fall, or even an emotional stress. And I will, as I release this inhibited fluid, so it flows more profoundly, with greater amplitude and greater vigor, the person finds relief either from their physical pain or their anxiety. So this one woman came in to visit me, and she was having a lot of pain in her back after she had delivered twins. And she felt it was because the doctor had been somewhat negligent or at least unfocused, and he had administered an injection and in the wrong area or hit something in the wrong way, and from that time she was having pain. So she'd lay on the table, and when you're feeling this cranial rhythm, it's actually, you can't help but be relaxed when your rhythm becomes more steady and more fluid and amplified. So you fall into this very relaxing state. And it's almost like a hypnosis, and things might come to you. So just as she's relaxing and freeing up the traveling of this fluid, she's beginning to feel better. And when she leaves, she says, I wonder if it would be helpful if I brought my son in to see him. And I said, oh, what's going on with your son? Well, she gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. And the little girl was pleasant as could be and just hardly any trouble. They were like 6 to 8 months old, not walking, not talking. But the son just tantrumed several times a day. He just seemed to be so upset and so angry, and he wouldn't sleep, and he was just kind of driving her crazy. So I said, sure, bring him in. So when they came in, she lay on the table, and he lay on top of her. And I thought, maybe, I said to her, as I'm feeling her cranial rhythm and kind of feeling it relax, maybe his emotional upset has something to do with that original birth trauma. So let's go into that day and explore. And as he can't tell me what's happening, I'd like you to tell me as if you were speaking for him, because you're very close. And also, she's in that super relaxed, almost hypnotic state. So she begins to tell me, and she says, we're in the delivery room, and the doctor comes in the room, and I am furious. And she's talking for the son. I am screaming at the doctor, stay away from my mother! Don't come any closer! I know you're going to hurt her! But the doctor approaches, and the son is furious because he can't do anything about it. And I said, okay, let's stop here. Let's redo this time. Let's do it as if it were perfect, as if it was the ideal birth. And she said, okay, so it's kind of like rewinding. And this time, when the doctor comes in, he turns to them and he says, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be so careful and gentle this time. You're the only thing on my mind, the only thing I care about at this time. And this is going to be a wonderful experience for you. And the baby's demeanor changes lying there on the mother. And I said, all right, it's your time to be born, just perfectly. And I watch as he wiggles around on top of her stomach. and gets into the fetal position, in the birth position. He turns from his head here to his head there, and he begins to winkle. Down through, and here I am, I'm being the doctor, and I'm catching him, and he's coming through, and he's just got this big grin on his face, and I'm holding him, and I say, Jonathan, welcome to planet Earth. This is a wonderful day. Everything is here just for your fun and enjoyment. And I place him on his mother's stomach, and she holds him, and they're all smiles and feeling so great. And she leaves. And I'm like, I wonder what happened. I wonder if that really worked. I wonder if I'm going to hear anything. Well, she comes for an appointment the following week, and all week I don't hear anything. And she comes in, and I say, did anything change with Jonathan? She said, oh, yes. As soon as we left here, I knew things were different. I put him in his car seat. Every single time that I put him in his car seat before this, he would be screaming. He would just be scream the entire trip. This time, he went in with a smile. And as we were driving home, he was singing. And I'd never heard that before. He hasn't had a tantrum all week. He's cried a couple of times, but it was always for something that we could fix, and it was over in a few minutes. He's a completely different baby. So, I am just so happy to be doing this work. Because every day there's little miracles like this that happen. And I just think it's happening for my entertainment. So there's nothing I'd rather do but be a holistic healing person doing craniosacral therapy and helping people's lives just run smoother and releasing whatever it is. Sometimes it's actual physical pain, sometimes it's just emotional. Not just, they're pretty big, emotional issues that cause this dis-ease. And when we get the system flowing, those things can flow right out of the person.